Nice. Okay, welcome everybody to the stream. Thanks for joining in for another one. This is the second session of the Final Fantasy X Sphere Grid Randomizer playthrough. So, I'm sure there's some people that didn't get to catch the first one, so let me get you guys just a little bit up to speed. Just take a few minutes to explain what we've been doing so far, and then we will move straight on with the session and see how we do. So, the main thing you're obviously gonna notice is gonna be that the sphere grids look very different now. And the main thing we have in play, like I said, it's a sphere grid randomizer. And for example, Waka starts off with the ability Cure. And I'm not going to go through every single thing here, but just in general, we have a randomized set of abilities. And also, obviously, as a result, the stat growth will also be kind of, well, randomized. So they're not going to end up with the same stats they normally would if they complete their sphere grids. Now, what I did do to make things more interesting, I did mention that for people who know the game well and understand the sphere grid and what to break and, you know, how to basically exploit all of these different things, one of the ways we can kind of keep things interesting, especially as the game gets more difficult, is going to be to make sure that characters stick to their own portions of the sphere grid. And so we're not going to be breaking any lock nodes in this particular playthrough, and we'll see how much that's going to make things interesting and challenging as we move forward. So we'll see. Your link comment in the 24/7 doesn't actually contain a link. I'm not sure exactly what you mean. That's something I'll check. There's so much, like, part of the whole YouTuber thing is just to have cross-references, like 50 million different things to try and drive traffic across. So sometimes links are broken, there's links where there shouldn't be, there's things you say that don't have a link. We'll check that out later. But for now, hopefully everyone generally understands what's going on. We made it to Kilika, and at the end of the last session we beat Ochu. And so from here, obviously, we're going to move forward towards the temple and see how things are going. So that's the general idea, and we'll get going. As I said from the start, roughly looking to do about 3 hours per session, and so we'll see how we go for this one. So let's get this show on the road as things go, obviously, especially during cutscenes and stuff, and during some battles I'll have a look at the chat and hang out with you guys and answer your questions, but hopefully you have a good time and you enjoy yourselves. Let's get going. So what I did say was that I'll try to generally, like, not hang around in areas, like, deliberately with the intention of farming stuff, and so we'll see how that goes. I'm going to try to make sure I pick up as many chests as I can as we go. So let's see, where are we at now? What I did do in the last session, you guys will hopefully remember that the default abilities that everybody starts with, like, despite the randomizer not having them on their sphere grid, they still had them showing up in the menus. And so what I have done in between the sessions is basically remove those abilities. So Kimari still had Lancet, even though in this particular randomizer he shouldn't have it. And so now we only have the abilities that they should have appearing in our menu. So Kimari has Demi, which was very successful against Ochu, I have to say. But for random encounters, we definitely don't want to use it up too much. So let's get going and see how we do. Now, I remember Waka already got a strength boost, which was nice, so he's going to be doing a lot of damage here. Yeah, 306 damage, so he's doing great. Summon, I don't know if you... but summons, I think I'd said that I'm just going to try to not use them for now, and then see how we do. So she had these, and she had these, which could prove interesting as well. And then she had Curaga and Scan. Okay, so Yuna's already looking very powerful. As we said, the mages have a bit of an advantage here, because especially early on, they already start with like the 4 elemental spells for Lulu, and a bunch of healing and supportive spells for Yuna. And so when you get randomized, obviously the odds of them having like a whole bunch of different abilities to start with is pretty high, so that's already quite interesting. What about P Birdman mod plus randomizer? Possible in the future, maybe. I mean, we'll do this as like a warm-up run, and we'll see how things go, and then maybe we'll push it and see if we can do that. I mean, I would imagine that'll be incredibly difficult, but we'll see how it goes. That would definitely push it to the limit. So trying to get everyone some experience points as well, as usual. Yeah, this early poison is not nice. And we only have 3 antidotes. Honestly, I'll leave him out of it for now.
Sit back and watch.
And you just gotta love those early battle quotes. And James, the future Dansg08 Community Hall of Famer with the 5 memberships. Thanks so much, man.
It's over.
And Rule got a membership too. Nice. Congratulations, Rule. And everybody else.
I'm good, yeah?
So I think there was one chest off to the left here, and then that was pretty much it. Then we can move on. Membership is a rule. Membership is definitely not a rule, but Rule getting a membership is nice. He's one of the most OG stream community members that we have. So it's always nice to see the OGs get rewarded. So what was this ability? Obviously with the sphere grids being so different. Oh, I ran out of ability spheres. Well, there you go. That's interesting. I guess because early on they're not activated, maybe? I forgot exactly what it was. Like, did they start already with these activated, or did I have to use ability spheres? That I don't remember so much. But yeah, we've already run out of ability spheres, so that makes things a bit more interesting. Michael's a legend, gifting 5 memberships as well. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. And Psych, the moderator, gets a membership. He continues his streak. Let's see if we can get Psych to like a matron someday through just gifted memberships. And then James Lyon comes in with 10 more memberships. Thank you guys so much. It's a very, very quick start here. And the chat basically just goes green already. Yeah, you just get that few ability spheres early on. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's going to be one thing that could potentially be a little bit difficult. So we'll see. Keep going for now. No, there's one here, I think. I think it's worth mentioning again for people who like, they feel they're very unlucky with memberships. They never seem to receive them when they get gifted. There's 2 things that I know. The first thing is that you need to like opt in to be able to receive them. Exactly how you do that, I think it's best to just Google it just to make sure, because there's probably different ways to do it on mobile versus like desktop and all that kind of stuff. So first you have to opt in to be able to receive them, and 2, if you have a brand account, you can't get them. So at the moment they still don't have an implementation for brand accounts to receive memberships. So just make sure you guys are aware of that, in case you're wondering why do I never get them when they get gifted out. Thank you for the donation, Benji. Appreciate that. And Giraffe Mandolin with the 5 memberships too. Thank you so much. We get an early luck sphere, which could prove interesting later on. We'll see who we're going to give that to. We also got an MP. Did we? Oh, we got the HP sphere. Wow. Okay, we got the nice drop. Sheesh. See, what's interesting here is that because we can't like share sphere grids, only one person will ever get to benefit from this, basically, in this playthrough, so we have to be careful with who we give them to. So, honestly, for now, I'm not even sure who I want to give the HP sphere to yet. So I might just keep it in the pocket for now, and if I see that I'm starting to struggle, then perhaps I will use it. But yeah, we need some ability spheres, man. Already struggling. But yeah, if you're just straight up unlucky and you just happen to have never received a gifted membership yet, just be patient. Keep hanging out. As you guys have already seen, we have lots of very generous people in the community, and hopefully if you hang around long enough, you will get yourself a membership and get to use those Dansg08 community emojis that we know and love. Wow, this poison ray is just a bit hitting quite frequently. let's just do it anyway. Yeah. Say if you find a way to adjust and randomize base stats, would you ever consider doing a playthrough of Randomizer in the future? Again, because now that we would have already basically done a randomizer run, just like randomizing base stats wouldn't be enough for me, because to me it's not like a massive difference, I think, for base stats. And it kind of flips around. So obviously maybe if you randomize base stats, suddenly Kimari is very weak, but then Yuna will be strong. It doesn't matter too much, I think. Like ultimately it will just kind of balance out and be a similar level of difficulty, but you'll just use a different character to do different things instead. So that one I'm probably less interested in, but mixing it together with a mod could be an interesting kind of situation. Jacob, thank you for gifting a membership. Appreciate that. So who's going to be... I think Waka needs to kind of... I don't want to waste any Kuragas at this stage. I don't want to waste too many items. Yeah, definitely randomizers are one of the more interesting ways to play these games. And there is a link in the description for anyone curious about the randomizer that I used to jumble up the sphere grid.
These stone steps have a history, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of modding stuff being worked on with Final Fantasy X, but no one's really released anything yet. So yeah, hopefully over the next, well, few years, honestly, we're going to see more and more cool things happening for Final Fantasy X as the modding scene continues to grow. And what? If there's anything interesting, you guys know I'll be all over that.
Think you can beat me?
Yuna, if you would.
Yeah, so aren't the plus stats also randomized in this run? Yeah, they are. And that's why it's already pretty much like a randomized stat run as well. And so just doing this plus randomizing the base stats for me is not, at the moment, it's not compelling enough a change to kind of warrant doing that specifically. I cleared out all my saves. You guys saw I had like all 200 slots filled up. So we got a clean slate here. I made a backup of all the saves I have. At this stage, I must have, like, all things considered, from the PS2 days and like emulation days, Steam, I must have like 400 or 500 saves or something like that. I just have way too many. But now we're heading in for the next battle. So let's... Oops. What was this ability? It was Null Shock. Okay, not that important anyway. That's also not that important. So we're not missing out on anything too important here in the run-up. Okay, let's go in like this and just see what happens. We'll change it up as we go. Pixie Miller, welcome to the Shoe Puff Riders. Thanks for joining us. Still playing Final Fantasy X on my good old Vita. Yes, the PS Vita, always a legend. Still a great way to play Final Fantasy X. Still, for me, one of the best portable ways to do it. Like, truly pocket-sized way to play. Because it's like half the size of the Steam Deck. It's a brilliant device still. I do miss it. I lost mine. Like, I think it's been like a year and a half or 2 years now or something. I do miss it. But now that I've got a Steam Deck and we have a Switch too, I'm just like, I can't. I don't really need a Vita anymore. Okay, let's just try and take these tentacles out first. Let's go for a more methodical approach. That critical hit definitely helps start. Bit of that. Waka not the best person for that job. Not really going to do anything yet, just wait. Now, only thing is, normally you'd be using, like, fire spell. Obviously, Lulu's fire would be a great way to start here, but we don't have that right now, so we'll have to use some different stuff. Yeah, poor Lulu can't really contribute in the same way. Yeah, I'm having to remind myself of these abilities because I'm just so not used to having them. Right, let me just get the second tentacle out of the way so we can just focus. Wow, 2 criticals in a row. Tyus is on it for the sesh. Sai comes in. No one gets poisoned, that's good. Start attacking the body. and seeing how this goes. I wonder how much longer we have to wait for a Final Fantasy X mobile release. Honestly, yeah, in this day and age, it feels like Final Fantasy X should be able to run on mobiles. Like the top-end mobile surely got to be able to run this game.
It's hard as rock. My sword's no good.
Now, what we do have this time around, we don't have fire, but we do have Demi. So Demi's already proved one of the most useful abilities early on, because as you can see, that shell's pretty tough. But do that. Oh no, we can't. It's immune to gravity magic. Wow, I didn't expect that. It's such an early boss that I figured like they assume you're not going to have gravity magic anyway, so they wouldn't bother programming in immunity. That's interesting. There you go. See. Okay. Well, there you go. I mean, already we're left with relatively little choice here, but to just grind it down, really. Yeah, that's already surprised some people in the chat. Yeah, as I say, in the first session, characters had abilities that are kind of default to them, but I've removed them for this one. I didn't use them in the first session anyway, but now they're not in the menu either, so it should be fine. But yes, indeed, if you're enjoying the stream, please remember to drop a like. Definitely would appreciate that. But thankfully, we've got Kimari's piercing, so even though Kimari can't use Demi, at least we have the piercing to help us out. So, let's begin here. You know what? Let's see how much he does. 200, still pretty good. Tidus, I think, had protection, didn't he? He got like a nice drop, yeah. So we'll probably keep Tidus in the front line. And we still have to wait a little while before getting that flare for Tidus. It's gonna be awesome the first time he gets to use flare. I wonder if the immunity changes after it comes out of the shell. Let's give it a go. Probably not, but I think it's worth trying. Yeah, it's still immune. But I definitely wanted to see. Give it. We've got a decent amount of MP. Let's do that. Nice. So I think in general that we have the battle under control. Shouldn't be any problems, but interesting just to see. We can definitely spam these moves to more of an extent with Yuna, obviously, because she has good MP compared to Waka at the start of the game. Yeah, that's fine. Not going to be in too much trouble from that. I think we carry on like this for now. We don't have anyone poisoned. We don't need to change anything up at this stage. Yep. Tidus's armor coming in useful there. So this is looking like a bit of an attack-only battle here, because the one kind of magic spell we have doesn't work anyway. So there isn't too much else we can do. Yeah, I guess this fight, for such an early fight, there's quite a few elements in there, like the tentacles absorbing magic, and then you've got the hard shell, you've got status ailments, like there's a lot going on for quite an early boss battle in this game. So, I get it, it can definitely be annoying. Because the game's trying to teach you to do all these different things, and then for this boss battle it's like, nope, you can't do that. So, I can see that. Let's have Lulu finish it off. Can she do 16 damage? I think she can. Should be like 20, 30. Yeah, there you go. And there we go. Mason, thanks for joining the stream, and thank you for the kind words. Glad you enjoy Final Fantasy X as much as I do. Death by Moogle indeed.
Yeesh.
Sorry about that. Hope to break you in a little slower.
Being a guardian's tiring.
You handle yourself pretty well. You got talent.
Nah.
Yeah.
So, what are these Sinspawn anyway?
Fiends. They fall from Sin's body and are left behind in its wake.
Leave him alone and Sin comes back for him. You gotta be quick.
That moment when Waka told me I had talent in battle, I think that was when I started seriously considering becoming a guardian.
It looks like you've kind of gotten unlucky so far, considering there's a good possibility of getting many more powerful abilities much earlier. Yeah, exactly. That's why I think when I first saw the sphere grid, I thought, okay, this is pretty good. Like it's not super broken, and I think we can work with this. Obviously, seeing Flare early on was like a whoa moment. Like, okay, that's completely broken. But then I realized that because of the MP, it's effectively like it's going to be locked for some amount of time anyway. So I think it's a pretty good distribution spread, to be fair. Now, only problem is, because I don't have the ability spheres, I might just have to hang here for a little bit. But this agility boost is going to be pretty insane. Like, Tidus, once he has this nice agility and he has the MP for Flare, he's going to be a problem. He's going to be like pretty much the most broken early character, I think. So, we'll see. And I did mention if it ends up looking like it's just too easy, even, you know, after 10-15 hours we're really just smashing through the game, then we'll see if we can potentially just restrict it to only using certain characters that have probably the worst abilities of the bunch, and see if we can make it through. KH, thank you for the donation, appreciate that. And well, Waka gets to use, that was a huge one too. Okay. Let's continue on. We're not going to fight anything for a little while, so let's get through this part of the game. Gives me a little time to read the chat as well.
So, they got fiends in Xanacan too.
Just a few. It's a big deal when one shows up, though.
Oh yeah, I might have got ability spheres from the boss, actually, you're right.
Hey,
I should check that
since
out.
when have you believed me about Xanarkin anyway?
I've been thinking. Maybe people Sin gets to don't die.
Maybe break
Maybe
one
Sin
level
carries
1
them
lock
through
for Kimura
time,
at least. Maybe,
like 1,000
but
years through time.
I think we'll be
And then
fine
one
without
day,
it.
Maybe they just pop back, see?
Amazing. Simply amazing. You make up one theory after another, refusing to face the simple truth. Sin didn't take Chapu anywhere.
This time win
Sin
the Luca
crushed him
tournament.
and left him on the Jose shore.
We'll see.
Your
Always a little
brother
bit of
won't
RNG
just
there.
pop
I will always
back.
try. I generally do, but
Oh, and one more thing.
we'll see.
No matter how much you want it, no one can take Chapu's place. No one can replace Sir Jecht, for that matter. And there's no replacement for Lord Braska, either. It's pointless to think about it. And sad.
Yeah, Waka has a lot to think about here.
I could never be what Chapu was.
Yeah, she is spicy AF.
Well, stuff happens. Best not to worry.
Waka, Lulu,
Waka roast event.
and Waka's brother, Chapu. Something had happened between them a long time ago. I was sure of it. Well, whatever it was none of my business, that's for sure. Best not to go there.
Waka has better hair, that's true. And yes, it's time to meet our favourite Blitzball team. The Luca douchebags. Here we go. I do like this theme. Like, in context, I don't love it as a piece of music, but in context, I think it works really well.
You here to pray for victory too?
Us? Pray? Who needs to pray? The Luca goers always win.
Oh yeah? Then why you here?
We've been praying for some competition this year.
Like, have you guys played
So
the
what's your
Albed
goal
Sykes?
this time? You gonna do your best again? Ha! It's too bad your best isn't good enough. Why even bother showing up?
This time, we play to win.
Ooh, play away. Just remember, even kids can play, boys.
See you in the finals!
We'll beat them. We have to.
You know that team?
Putting people down. They're as bad as my old man.
But Sir Jecht was a kind and gentle man.
Well, not my Jecht. Even 10 years after he left. Just thinking about my old man got me angry. But maybe that was just my way of keeping him... Nah.
But yeah, the way they set those guys up, I always enjoy it. Like, I wanted to beat them so badly, but the fact that they do make them challenging, and a lot of us will lose, especially the first time. And even when you know the game well, like if the RNG doesn't go your way, they're just hard to beat. And so I think it is good, because obviously they spend so much time telling you how much the Besaidor suck. I think it would have been a bit lame if they just kind of made the final pretty easy and you get to beat them. I think it's a bit more satisfying when you do manage to do it. Okay, let's head in. And meet my man, Bartello. My, what a rabble.
Lord O'Holland, guide our feet.
I think it would have worked fine to make it rigged in your favor match. Yeah, I think it would have worked, but I still prefer it this way, personally. I have no qualms with making the game tough. Will you save Scum if you don't beat them?
Summoner, are you?
Nah, I don't think I will. We'll just move on. We'll be okay.
My name is Yuna.
I would like the
From
strength
the
sphere,
Isle of Besaid.
but I think we'll probably survive that.
Donna?
Donna!
So, you're High Summoner Braska's daughter. That's quite a name to live up to. My. And all these people are your guardians?
People.
My, what a rabble.
I love this general scene and
As
interaction.
I recall, Lord Braska had only 2 guardians. Quality over quantity, my dear. Whatever were you thinking?
Yuna's like, yeah, I'm just going to get
I
a few
have
more
need of only
guardians. I'm not
one
even finished yet.
guardian. Right, Bartello?
I only have as many guardians as there are people I can trust. I trust them all with my life. To have so many guardians is a joy and an honor. Even more so than being my father's daughter. Of course, I would never think of questioning your ways either. So, Lady Donna,
Yeah, I
I
think
ask of you,
Yuna handles this very
please
well,
leave us in peace.
very maturely and gracefully
You do
for
what
her
you
age.
want, Bartello, we're leaving.
James, thank you for the donation. 10 for Donna. Okay.
A guardian is someone a summoner can rely on. Someone she can trust with her life. I wondered, did Yuna feel that way about me? What's she smiling about?
They should have made Blitzball start with manual controls instead of auto. That I generally agree with. I think the auto thing led to a lot of issues for people as well. I think a lot of the kind of best things you can do in Blitzball do stem from like playing auto. Sorry, playing manually. So yeah, I think so.
The faith is below. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
The faith?
But first, the Cloister of Trials.
Do
Kamari,
all summoners go to
Waka,
Besaid to start?
ready?
Pretty certain they don't, because you can tell from
Strength, everyone.
Braska's pilgrimage. I'm pretty certain they didn't start in Besaid. So
No.
yeah, I think you just need
Hey, what gives?
all of the aeons before you get
You're not a
to
guardian yet.
Zanarkand.
We'll be back as soon as we can, okay?
Hey Toby, good to see you, mate. Glad you're enjoying the stream.
Soon, like tomorrow soon.
And shout
I
out
bet.
to your girlfriend Justine as well, and an early happy birthday to her. It's like getting all the badges in whatever order before the Pokemon League. Yeah. I kind of love that, like, here, basically, the game won't let you, like, it won't trigger anything off until you actually try to step on the platform. So let's just say for whatever reason you were like, oh, okay, fine, I definitely shouldn't be here. Fine, let me just go outside and not be super curious and just kind of head in. The game's just like, nope, you have to be that guy that actually steps on the platform and then acts like you were never trying to do it in the first place. So he steps on and then he comes off again. It's just like, come on, man. You know that he wanted to go down there.
You here?
Hey, I'm not a guardian, so I'm not supposed to go in, right?
Not a guardian, you say?
Hey, wait!
Any interest in the
Let me go!
Suikoden franchise? No. No, not at this time. Just too many other things.
Hey! What's a big idea?
Just a little game.
Yeah, this confused me for a while. I didn't step on the platform for a long time. I can definitely see that. Like, it's a bit silly the way they did that.
This is bad. Really bad.
I do find it interesting about how other guardians outside of your party fight. I assume Bartello is like a grappler. Yeah, he's just got that warrior monk, kind of just uses his fist to fight kind of thing. That would make a lot of sense for him.
Only guardians allowed. And I'm sure no guardian.
Okay, I think for this, let me
Well,
get
I
the
guess it's too
times
late
2
now.
speed into effect. Bartello would suplex a train. He 100% would. He'd be that guy. Okay, here we go. So, yeah, the destruction sphere is worth getting here because it's something useful. Wasn't it the fire armlet for Kimari, I think? It's the one that has like the triple elemental protection. I think it was that. So what was the deal here? The order of events for this one I always mix up. There's like a glyph, and then if you have the wrong thing, the glyph repels you, and let's see. This makes something appear, yeah. Okay. You take that. So I'm not going to check the chat too much at the moment, just trying to get through the cloister without wasting too much time. So what happens? You touch the glyph. Yeah. Because I think for a long time I thought, oh, there's a glyph there. Then clearly we have this glyph sphere thing, we have to use that, and it turns out that's not what we do. Is this what you did? Did you push this forward? No, you got this anyway. Yeah, it is. There's definitely like an element of just kind of muscle memory here, even though you think that you've forgotten how to do things. There's certain aspects of it that you don't really think about, and you just do. It has basically been 20 years at this point since I've been playing this game. So far, so good. So now. What did we do? I think we have to like push this in. I forgot if you put a Kilika sphere or a destruction sphere in, but I think maybe it's the destruction sphere. And then you have to push this on there or something. Especially the early ones, thankfully they don't take that long. They're not the most fun things to do, but for me it's always, yeah, it's not that. See? Don't remember everything. Is it this or not? Yeah, that's the one. Okay. Yep. Yet another one appearing here. Yeah, so we're almost done already. Thankfully that wasn't too painful, literally just like a few minutes. I wonder in like a speed run of the game, how much time do they spend in the Cloister of Trials, like collectively? How much of the run is spent just trying to do these? Because they've got like the final rundown to like, I think with cutscene skippers and stuff, it's down to below 3 hours now. But how much of those 3 hours is spent in the cloisters, I wonder. There we go. Let's grab this. Red armor, yes, there it was. I said fire armor, but red armor. I've been playing Final Fantasy 7. I think there was a fire armor in that. Would have to tally it up, but Bevel trials are never short. Yeah, it's the Bevel one that's killer.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
It was Donna and that big musclehead man.
Big muscle head man.
Yuna will be the one to suffer the consequences.
What consequences?
She could be excommunicated.
With boosters, it's something like an hour and 40 minutes. Yeah, okay. With boosters as well, especially, that's fair play. But I think with just cutscene skipper and just like playing the game without any cheats per se, I think it's somewhere under 3 hours. Let's just try and go in. Should be fine, right? Oh. Fine. Bit rude.
The chamber beyond is a sacred place.
Why can't
Only
Tidus carry
summoners
2
may enter.
spheres? Yeah, it's the age-old
Even
question
Guardians can't go?
of the cloisters.
It's taboo.
Oh.
It's taboo, that's why.
Just wait.
So what's in there anyway?
The faith, remember?
Oh yeah, that thing, right.
The faith are people who gave their lives to battle sin.
Ultimate penance for the anniversary.
Yevon took their
Yeah,
souls,
maybe.
willingly
We'll see.
given from their still living bodies.
Huh?
Now they live forever, trapped in statues.
Ah, Cotillion in the house.
But when a
Thanks for
summoner
joining us.
beckons,
Good to see you.
the souls of the faith emerge once again. That's what we call an Aeon.
The same reason the
All
Aurochs
that
can't
in
carry
this
one
room?
Blitzball. I mean, Lulu can carry 2 Blitzballs at a time, so
what's
Tidus should be able
Yuna
to
doing in
manage
there?
2 little spheres.
She prays with all her heart for a way to defeat sin.
Okay, I think now we just try to leave, yeah.
There was something I didn't tell anyone else that day. That song we heard there, in the temple, I knew it from my childhood. It was proof that Spira and Xanarkin were connected. Somehow. At least to me it was. Maybe that's why suddenly, I felt like I just wanted to go home. I tried to say something to tell them, but the words wouldn't come.
See, that to me is always quite fascinating. Like, can you imagine if he had told the group that? Like, the responses to that would have been interesting. The fact that Tidus recognizes it from his childhood. Okay. Jecht Geek, thanks for joining us. Catching up on episode 3 of the live streams. That's good stuff. Hopefully, people have been enjoying the later uploads, like the VOD versions that are going up later. I think most of you guys in here, I see a lot of names that I saw last time as well. So hopefully you guys are just able to catch it live. But it seems like a lot of people are watching the uploaded versions too, which is nice to see. Christian, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us.
I thought I had put my feelings for Xanarkin behind me. But they were there, and they grew inside me bigger and bigger, till I was just about ready to burst.
Oh, I actually have no idea about the numbers in the stream. Today I don't even have that window open. I've just got the chat and the game
Are you okay?
and my recording / streaming software.
I don't know.
It's busy enough in the chat. Doesn't matter
Do
how many people it is.
you want to do?
To scream real loud.
Okay. A bit of a precursor to a laughing scene. Okay. So we should have, yeah, we've got 2 ability spheres now. So we've got Null Shock. And We have Threaten. Okay. Right, let's go. Where is Erica to remind everyone to hit the like button? Yeah, I'm sure she'll be back to remind you guys.
Don't strain yourself. I'll handle the bird.
That's a funny looking bird. Walker's criteria for something being a bird is pretty low.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially in random encounters, there isn't too much to do yet, but I'm still trying to make sure everyone gets their experience. We nearly have a full overdrive.
Miss me?
Titus.
I'll handle it. Step aside.
Yeah, Killica does have a lot of battle quotes, definitely. But yeah, the lack of attacking magic, I think so far, is like one of the most prevalent things in the group. Like against an enemy like this, we just don't really have too much we can do. Like we can use like silence attack and stuff, but in terms of being able to damage it, we just have to hack it down. So a bit of an attack only to start, but I'm sure we're going to pick up more abilities that are going to bring magic back into the fray. And I can't use too much Demi at the moment either, so... I'll cast Null Tide on it, that will show it, yeah. Would be annoying to keep track of who has which magic for elementals, yeah, because again, I'm just so not used to that type of thing, but hey, that's the randomizer. That's why we do it. Alright, let's have Waka take out the bird.
Sit back and watch. Yeah.
Casting Null Tide on a water plan will definitely be a highlight of this playthrough. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That's the kind of just thing that for me it still makes these playthroughs interesting and exciting. How summoning treated? I'll avoid it unless I really have to do it. I think we'll probably lose against Chocobo Eater or something, unless we summon, but we'll see.
Man, blows can't hurt it, huh?
The Silly Potato, thanks for joining us even though you just woke up. There's still plenty to go. There's at least 2 more hours. So, lots to enjoy. So I guess Titus...
Let's end this.
Titus does have Null Shock if we were to actually need it, but for now we don't. I'm not sure if we tested out Curaga and how much it heals yet, just to have a look and see what it can do.
Cure us.
Wow, okay, sheesh. The base kind of healing constant for that is so high that, wow, that's huge.
Man, blows can't
That is
hurt
huge.
it, huh?
Yeah.
Stop. Only magic can hurt this one.
Yeah, that's more than I thought. 4,500, wow.
My turn now. Yeah.
I still haven't got steel, right? Pretty sure I don't.
You like that?
Yeah. You don't encounter undead for a while, but when you do, I think for Yuna it's going to have to be a bit of an MP thing. What you can see is, yes, she does have a very powerful Curaga, but what she doesn't have is a lot of MP, and you have to come all the way down here for her first MP node, I think. So she's not going to end up with like a huge amount, but especially in boss battles, she'll have enough to definitely get some heals in and help us out. Keep going. Yeah, accuracy still only 6. I was going to say, maybe she ends up with like weirdly high accuracy. There you go, so +4, that's nice. This one's locked out, unfortunately. This one isn't. Yeah, maybe not so bad later on, but... It's this tireless agility that's very interesting to me. Like stat-wise, it's still the most significantly like OP piece of randomizing that we've had in this run. Hey Daryl, thanks for joining us and being a member for 13 months. Flex in that super chat. I don't even know what they're called. They're not called super chats, but the ones where you can basically kind of send like a highlighted message to the community because you're a member. But there's use. Okay. I think still prefer to use Waka Takura in the menu for now. Bonus support chat, member milestone chat, there you go. So many different like names and terminology for all this stuff. Do you know if there are any mods where a second player could control the enemies during combat? Yeah, that's something I've looked into as well. Obviously, I'm always trying to investigate like what challenge options there are and stuff like that. And it kind of works, but it also kind of doesn't. It depends on which enemy you're controlling. And there's a lot of things that at least I found where, like, let's say counterattacks, while you're controlling the enemy, counterattacks don't work properly, or like attacks that have counters that build up. So like, you know, if the counter reaches 10, it uses X move. That doesn't happen if you're controlling it, stuff like that. So it's far from perfect, but it can be done, from what I know. Yeah, so the whole idea of someone else controlling the monsters is definitely something I've looked into, but I don't know. I'd have to look into it and see if there's a way to do it kind of properly. In my mind, just selecting moves is kind of not enough. I feel like everything has to work to make it right. So we'll see. Actually, just a sec. All Too Funny, thanks for joining us. Good to see you here as well. Do we need any of these? Yeah, I think we can live without these. Let me equip this before I forget. Yes, that's what I need to equip. Alrighty. Ah, Princess Magical, thank you for the donation. Good to see you.
Off to Luca at last.
Yeah, when it comes to the GBA version of Final Fantasy 1, it's probably still not something I'm going to do. Honestly, for Final Fantasy 1, in my mind right now, what I want to do is try to play the most absolute OG, like not even the Pixel Remaster, but just like probably the earliest version that I can, which has localization, because obviously so much of the goal has been to see where the series came from. I kind of want to see it in its rawest form, so I think that'd be interesting. Even for Final Fantasy 2 though, the version that had the bonus content was quite handily outvoted by the Pixel Remaster. So I don't know if it would be the same for Final Fantasy 1, but we'll have to see. But for now I'm probably looking to play the most OG version, even if it's not the best version. I think that's the idea I have in my head. Did I miss the modcast? No, you didn't. The modcast is coming tomorrow, actually. Like I said, there's just been so much going on, but we did record a modcast. It's over 3 hours long. We had a lot of fun with it. Some great conversations were had, including, of course, Final Fantasy hot takes. That will be premiering tomorrow. So once all of this is wrapped up this evening, I'll try to get that all set up and prepared. So especially for the community members, anyone in the chat, anyone watching the stream, I think it's worth checking out the modcast when it drops tomorrow. But yeah, some of the stuff in here is funny. I'd be afraid if I were you. Obtain high potion. David Keeling, thank you for the donation. Did you know that Once is on this boat spying on Yuna? Yeah, he's definitely a bit creepy early on in the game. You're kind of cute too. Want to have some fun? That boy in the Aurochs is a cutie. Yeah, just like the general stuff here, I do find this banter quite funny. Yeah, there was the whole like, yeah, kick the suitcase thing. Wasn't there a suitcase here? Or was that on the first one? Was that on the way to Kilika, maybe? I think it might have been on the way to Kilika. Yeah, that's it. It's fine. We'll manage.
Ooh, them's fascinating clothes you're wearing. Yeah! Filthy, filthy. These won't sell. Or me name's not a waka. Don't look like you got much money either.
Yeah, this is a great way to attract new
I've no
customers or
business with you.
sponsors.
Out of me way.
Good job, Awaka.
Who do you think you are?
Yeah, good response.
Awaka the 23rd, merchant extraordinaire.
But I do like
Awaka who?
his overall arc.
Don't know me? Well, not many do. Not yet.
Yeah, it's funny how that facade kind of breaks when when he just says like not many do. The way his head drops. It's not great. I played it PS1, GBA, iOS, Pixel. I like GBA and iOS the best. Heard PSP is better. Yeah, so for Final Fantasy 1 I probably still will do a poll, but I think for that one I'd probably still ignore the poll and just go with my gut and just really see where the series came from, like in its rawest form. So I think I'm still leaning towards playing like the most OG localized version of Final Fantasy 1 I can find to finish everything off.
But someday the name of Waka will be spoken all over Spira. Say, lad, you wouldn't have a bit of gill to lend?
Yeah, I mean, he kind of doesn't really deserve it, does he? Okay, let's just give him the 1001. That's generally what I do.
I'll make it up to ye, that I will.
Yeah, you got to do OG FF1. That's the plan. We got the Jecht shot coming up.
What the heck is that?
What the heck is what?
Exactly, you look hideous,
this
also lend me
place?
some cash.
The power room, like it says on the door?
Yeah, but why the big birds?
What's so strange about...
Chocobos. Those are chocobos?
What? You've
I know the
never
trick
seen
to
a
beat the match,
chocobo?
scoring a goal and hiding behind the goal, but I still can't even score a goal.
Backwater
Yeah,
island did you come
yeah.
from, anyway?
That trick only works if you can score a goal
Ugh.
first.
Miracles and oddities were starting to become daily routine on this trip.
I love that line. Miracles and oddities were starting to become a daily routine. Also, spear and text nerds. What does it say here? On the left, I wonder. Someone have to translate that for me. What about the newest 7 remake Part 2 trailer? Yeah, I thought it was a really cool trailer. A lot to unpack there. I still feel like there might be a little bit more from that, so I'll wait for there to be like a little bit more. But in the build up to 7 Rebirth, we'll obviously be spending more time talking about the 7 remake stuff in general.
Some people can be so rude.
Just love being nosy there. Grim Scythe, thanks for joining us, and a member for 39 months, sheesh. But yeah, there's a Creepy Boy once.
What y'all talking about?
Who are you supposed to be?
Ah, I remember him. Guy from Kilika.
Huh?
You know, one of the Besaid Aura.
Final Fantasy 1
Said
Pixel
something
Remaster
about
changes so
winning
much,
the
it's
cup.
basically a totally new game. That's why, like, in some
You're
ways,
that
it's
idiot.
almost
Don't
like
call him that.
it's more than a
But he
remaster
is an
almost.
idiot.
Like, I do hear about
They
like
don't
the
got
extent
what
to which it
takes
could
to win
potentially
the
change
cup.
Well, they
from the
do now
remaster. It's
that
not
I'm
just
here.
it's not just something simple.
Yes, they will win. He used to be the star player.
That's
of
why
the
I'm still
Xanathan
inclined to play
Apes.
a more OG version just to see how it began.
Yeah.
Any
As if
plans
anyone
for the
lived
16
in those
DLC?
ruins.
Yes, I recorded it yesterday.
It's
I played
not
the 16
ruins.
DLC yesterday.
There's a big city there. There is.
I got too close to Sin and...
The Pixel
There is a
remasters
city,
are on
really?
the back end, basically remakes. Yeah, I mean, it would have been interesting if they called them
whatever
Pixel
your
remakes.
ladyship
I wonder how
says.
that would have helped the sales. Because it sounds to me like, especially for some of the games, there's enough changes there to warrant it being a remake while retaining the same pixel style. What do you think about a 7 remake hard mode run before Part 2 releases? It's funny, people were talking about that, and it's like, when you've been away from the game for a while, you kind of jumping back in with a hard mode run before the next one, like, but I think I deliberately left out Weiss, I think, from the intermission DLC thing. I didn't fight Weiss, so I think I will play some remake stuff, and maybe even just do like a little live stream or two just to hang out with you guys and share the hype in the build up to Rebirth. But don't expect any kind of, you know, I'm gonna do a full run of the original before starting on the channel or anything like that.
What's wrong?
But yeah,
seemed
yeah, I'll definitely
kinda
be
mad
uploading
back then.
Weiss. I haven't defeated him,
They
so
were being rude.
I'll be getting back
and
into it for sure.
I do believe your Xanarkand exists. I really do, you know?
How come?
He's playing
Sir Jecht used to always tell me stories.
Kingdom Hearts after Final Fantasy
It'd
1
be
anyway.
great to see your home someday.
I think it's got to be Tactics. I think I have to play Tactics
I'd
next.
love to go there.
Yeah. So, Yuna.
Post
wanna come
Ghost,
over
glad
to
you
my
had
place?
a good birthday last week.
Right. Sure. As if I had a place to show her.
OG FF1 is totally doable, but you absolutely need to look up which spells are glitched or you'll be very frustrated. So that's the kind of thing where you just like a lot of the later kind of ports and re-releases fix a lot of that stuff. But if you are going much more the OG route, there's just a lot more things that are just flat out broken that don't work properly. So we'll see. Take a shot every time a character says, you know. Yeah, they use that one a lot in the localizations, at least in this game. Final Fantasy Tactics probably has the biggest modding scene of any Final Fantasy, really? I wouldn't have guessed that. I would have thought surely again it's Final Fantasy 7, but okay. So we can't do Jecht shot yet. We have to listen to some conversations, I guess. Maybe at least one with Lulu and Waka. I don't think I want to do the whole thing, but let's just do a bit.
Well, say something. You'll take responsibility.
Relax, he's bound to know someone in
Elden
Luca.
Ring DLC is coming
And
soon,
if not,
so of course I have to make
could
time.
always
Yeah, I
join a
will,
Blitz
but
Anyhow,
still no word
it's
on
better
when
than just
Elden Ring
leaving him
DLC
to
is
be
dropping.
safe.
I really
What?
hope it's not
Just
like
leaving
end of
him
February
in Luca?
2024 or I'll be pissed,
What do you
because
want me to do?
obviously it's going to clash
Yuna
with
wants to
Rebirth.
make him a guardian.
Oh, yeah, jeez. There's that too, eh?
And whose fault is that?
Not mine.
Not mine. Final Fantasy 7 Remake's modding is almost all character
It is
replacements.
mine,
Yeah,
huh?
especially with the much more modern games, they love the whole character replacement thing. And so, yeah, for 7 Remake, I don't know what they've done in terms of like mods to do with like randomizers and like, you know, creating new stuff and that kind of thing. But for 7 Remake, the most of what I've seen is like outfit changes and character replacements and stuff as well. So, yeah. Now I need to make sure I get the Jecht shot. I'm trying to have some saves here. Alright, can we do it now? Yeah, now we can, okay. I just hope you'll tackle Chrono Trigger as well. Yeah, definitely will. I've said it numerous times and I'll continue to say it. Chrono Trigger I would definitely play. But it has to be after like every Final Fantasy title I'm interested in is basically done. And then we can move on to stuff beyond Final Fantasy. And Chrono Trigger I've always been just holding out, hoping there's some kind of nice like pixel remaster / remakey type thing that happens for it. And that I could play that version as my first instead.
Well, well.
But yeah, I mean Chrono Trigger is one of those games. I feel like no one has a bad thing to say about Chrono Trigger. Like it's just a legend.
That shot is done like this.
I got all of the endings. It took
can't do
1,000
it,
years.
kid.
Yeah, I
But
hear
don't
there's like
worry,
there's
my
a
boy.
huge amount of cast
You're
members
not the
Chrono
only
Trigger or
one.
something, but they make it work really well.
No one else can do it. I'm the best.
I'm the best. Don't speedrunners do Sphere Shot instead of Jecht? Yeah, I mean you can definitely score against Rowdy with Sphere Shot relatively easily. But this one is the whole, like, the reason this is obviously so good is more so because it just gets the defenders out of the way, so it's a bit less, you don't have to be as like lucky or as tactical or as experienced in Blitzball to get goals. So yeah, I can imagine speedrunners basically not wasting any time with this stuff. It makes sense. I'm gonna try and do it with the analog stick, and if the kind of mapping of the analog stick works okay, then it should be fine. So it seems like it's working.
You're out of your league. You can't do it, kid. The best. You're out of your league. You can't do it. You're out of your league. No one else can. No one else. You can't do it. You're out of your league.
I think I got enough of them there, surely. There we go. Okay. Jecht shot is in the bag.
Huh. The best? Yeah, right.
Yeah, Titus deserves that.
Whoa! What's that called?
Doesn't have a name. Anyone can do it if they try.
He says, and then no one else learns
Show us
Jecht
one
shot,
more
right?
time, yeah?
I don't think there's anyone else that can do the shot other than Titus, surely. It would have been super cool if, like, after this, every Besaid Auroch could potentially learn it. If they learn every other ability, they also gain Jecht shots. That would have been super dope. But I think it's just Titus, right? Yeah, Jecht and Titus are the only Jecht shotters. That's kind of a shame because I do like the whole Titus motivation there that like anyone can do it and stuff. And I love Datto just getting straight into it there. Really going for it. And there's Waka trying to explain how it works. I just want to see what they say. Yeah, true. That would have been a sight to behold for these guys, man. Like no one's pulling off shots like that anywhere in the league. Is that all right? It's right before the big game and all. Yeah, like that's, you can injure yourself quite badly with that. Keeper is the true talent. He is at level 99. He definitely shows it.
That was the Jecht shot, wasn't it?
Yeah, this would have blown his mind.
How do you know that?
Duran could do a Jecht shot. He just does, that's maybe that's the secret of Duran. Maybe Duran learns the Jecht shot.
He called
And
it
then
the
he's like quietly
sublimely magnificent Jecht shot Mark III.
by his adversaries. Maybe that's the secret.
Stupid name, huh? You know what? There is no Mark I or Mark II, you know? My old man said the name Mark III was just
Imagine if the
something to hook the
Besaidors knew
crowd.
that a rank A blitzer, Marigold was
they'd
right
come
in that
back
village.
every night
Yeah,
expecting to
Belucha's
see Mark
a
I
great
and Mark
blitzer.
II.
One of the
And
best.
they really did come back. I used to get so mad.
Yeah, TJ, I like that. Would be fun if Waka could serve his ball to Titus in battle and have him kick it at the enemy. Obviously, thinking of like the synergy abilities in 7 Remake.
Is he alive, you
That's
think?
what you would have needed. Like you
I don't
need like some kind of overdrive that only works if Waka's
Sir
also on the
Jecht
field,
was my
or like a
father's
Waka overdrive
guardian.
that only works if Titus is
So
there,
he's
and they
famous
collab
here,
together
too?
to do damage. That would have
Yes.
been great. I like that.
So, if anything happened to him, I should think word would get around fast.
Uh-huh.
Damn, first hour of the stream already gone by. Time
What?
flies.
Would you do if you found him?
Probably
Who
just smack
knows?
him one.
I thought he died 10 years ago. Well, I'd probably just smack him one.
Or like the Steiner
After
VV
everything
abilities and that.
put
Yeah,
Mom and me through.
exactly.
And because he was famous, I was always... Well, you should know Yuna.
Yeah, true. We do get
Your
like one of the
father's
girls
famous
tossing the
too.
Blitzball for
Everyone
Titus'
in
overdrive.
Spirit
It would have
knows
been
him,
nice to
right?
maybe combine that with Waka instead.
Ain't it tough?
It is hard to follow in his footsteps as a summoner,
Sure.
but the honor of having a father like him surpasses all that, I think.
Well, there wasn't much to honor about my old man. That's for sure.
You shouldn't say that about your father.
I got the right.
I got the right.
I guess you do.
Ow!
Show me that move again.
Yo!
I love that. As if you're
I
gonna
didn't
learn
think
it.
my old man would come to Luca. He never did like watching other people play. But I couldn't help feeling something bad was gonna happen. And these feelings of mine are usually right. Sure, I had told Waka I'd help him win
See you
the
later,
tournament,
Cotillionaire. Thanks for joining
but
us, and thanks for the donation. Always
I
good to
wasn't
see
sure
you.
I had it in me to play at all.
May Luzu
anymore.
be ever in your hearts and alive forever as is canon. Yeah, you guys are going to have to remind me of what I have to do to keep Luzu alive in this playthrough. I'd definitely like to do that. He often dies in my run. I forget what to do, or I do the wrong thing.